So I'm an ophthalmologist by training. I worked 20 years ago when I finished my training in ophthalmology. And ophthalmology, so everyone knows, is eye surgery. So a lot of times people confuse optometry and ophthalmology. But in ophthalmology, we go through medical school, we go through residency training, and then I did fellowship training in cornea transplantation and cataract surgery, things that involve the front part of the eye. So I've practiced that for the last 20 years. So I'm an ophthalmologist by my original training, but in 2019, I also became a certified functional medicine provider. And I did that, and I wrote a book called Unshackled. And in that book, I published that last June. I talk about my experience in 2018, 2019 with my brother-in-law, who was in his mid-50s at the time and was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer called sarcoma. And that took his life. And when he was diagnosed, he was given 6 months to live. And I essentially became his care provider, going with him to all of his appointments, seeing him see multiple specialists in some of the most advanced institutions across the country. And I became very frustrated with how he was treated because basically he was being treated. Not collectively as a whole person, but as parts of a person. And the pieces were not linked together. There was no understanding as to why he got what he did. And I became really frustrated with just no management of the whole person. Like, for example, yes, you have cancer, but okay, how are you sleeping? How are you eating? How are you feeling? How's your spiritual health? How's your emotional health? None of those things are ever addressed. And to address that, that treats the whole person.